Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, traders. This is the man upstairs, TMU, signing in. Now, in today's lesson, I'm going to basically be going over the basics of the basics, pre-basics, if you will, pre-basics 101. Let's get right in it. Let's get right into it then. I will be speaking about candle formations, trend lines, and support and resistance. First, let's get started with trend lines, because that's, I think, the easiest thing to do. First of all, I shouldn't make things so obvious. This is a 1 hour chart, all right. This is a daily. This is a 4 hour. This is the 1 hour that I was just using, and this is a 15-minute chart. I never realized that this was not obvious, but thank you for mentioning it. That those are different time frames, but they are all the same. Okay, when I talk about a 1 hour convergence based in the 4 hour trend, I'm looking at the trend, and I'll get that in just a second, based off those candles. Now, this is a 4 hour. Each one of these is candles, and I'm going to explain that in just a moment as well. 4 of these 1 hour candles fit into this 4 hour candle. This 4 hour candle right here has 4 of these. Okay, so then each one of these is a candle, and there's different types of charts. Okay, each one of these is a bar over here. This is Hikinashi. It measures volume. These look like candles, but they're really not candles. They're Hikinashi candles, if you will. They measure volume, not the space between ticks. At any rate, getting back into the candles, which is what I use to trade. What is a trend? This here is a trend, one type of trend. Now, it's not extended. You can, thanks to the graphics on this fabulous platform that we have, you could extend this white line all the way to the future over here. And what I'm going to get to in just a second is how we use trend lines. So here's another trend line. Now I've drawn this trend line here. Here's one point in the past. Here's another point in the past. Here's the highest high. Here's another high. Here's another high. You never draw them. You never draw like this. Pretend this was here. You never draw this from one high to the other high. Okay. And this is not an advanced course, so I'll just basically deal with the very, very, very basics. Now, again, with this trend line, this is what is called an inner trend line. This is what is called an outer trend line. There's one version, another version, then trend line breaks and trend line bounces occur there. And I'll get into that another lesson some other day. A perfect point of how we actually use the trend lines is here. We had this trend line. It was not extended, but then the market keeps moving. You never move the trend lines once they're fixed to a certain high point and another high point. So then the market was moving, doing its thing, and then boom, we have a trend line bounce. We have a trend line bounce. Also, it happens to coincide with support, previous support, and that it was in resistance. So I guess that's a good transition into what support and resistance is. This white oval here that you see is a good example of what support is. Support is something that can keep the market up. Okay, see, it comes down, 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 boom, hits this line of support, boom, starts trying to go up. Trying to fight against the support, boom, tries almost to break it, can't really do so. It's fighting, boom. Once it does break it, though, all of a sudden, because we're in a downtrend, it becomes resistance. Now it's resistance. We knew that this point was a point of resistance going in, because if this market was here, let's say, and we're looking, and the market is moving little by little, creating new candles, little candles, more candles, more candles. We had already established where the support had already been, so we know where those previous lines are. So we get support, trend lines, support and resistance. Some of the things that we use. Here we have with more conviction what we're talking about. This was support way back here at the beginning of March. Support, boom, goes up, boom, hits it, support, boom, breaks it. Now it's resistance right here. Okay. Now I'm gonna emphasize a couple things. I'm gonna talk about candle formations really quick. This here is a tweezer top, and why is it a tweezer top? The tweezer tops actually look like tweezer tops because and that's why they're called tweezer tops. It looks like a tweezer top. They're very close. They're long wicks. And here's another tweezer top. All right. And then here's a tweezer top that didn't quite formed correctly. But then what we have here is an engulfish bearish. Okay, then it was broken, hit support. Actually, this was becoming support. This is the new point of support, and then boom, we have the confirmation with what is called an evening star. This is an engulfish bearish, confirms everything that we had here, and then boom, it comes down, hit support. We already knew that that was support from before, obviously, and I guess I should really stop using the word obviously, because that's very insulting when somebody's just learning. So anyway, we had this here, you know, because the market was moving around. Okay, we're over here, let's say, or even further. Let's say that we're over here. Boom, it hits support, and we know it's going up. Okay, little by little, the market is moving, creating new candles, new highs. Now it's coming down, boom, 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 boom. Now another thing here in this situation, this was previous support, all right. I'm sorry, resistance. And so when we look at this here, progressively speaking, boom, 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 oh, look at here. It was resistance. That same place, the same location has been support. Resistance and support several times. This was almost hit. There's a range of about, here in the 1 hour chart, there's a range of about 20, maybe 40 pips on the GBP JPY, which is what I trade on a regular basis. I also trade the Euro JPY on a regular basis for the volatility. That it was already support here, resistance prior, and I mean, just for giggles, but well, right there, I mean, it did see it. So if I say 20 pips, you know, this has been there before. Anyway, to make a long story short and to wrap this up, again, this is the pre-basics 101 charting class, and thank you for bringing it up. I apologize that I'd never even, I guess if nobody would have brought it up, I guess I would have never really thought of it. Although Pam did bring it up one time, that it was, but even though I believed her, I didn't really realize that it was so. It was. I'm sorry, I really am. So anyway, here you guys have it. This is the basics of the basics. Learning how to read a chart. Here we have another. Here we're about to get another confirmation with the tweezer bottoms. Here we go, tweezer bottoms, looking to hit this trend line. Here we would be able to make a couple pips there, 55 all the way up to, well, about 100 pips really, if you believe it. This candle's about to close. Right now it's 10 minutes till it closes. Right now the time is almost 2 o'clock. It's 1:49 Central Standard Time. So at any rate, thank you very much for your attention, and these are going to get better and shorter, hopefully. And I apologize for having made so many comments earlier, and then some of you guys didn't actually speak out. Please feel free to make the questions available to me via email, or respond to the YouTube as we are now going to continuously use them more and more. And these classes will get progressively more difficult. However, whenever you do have questions, you know, just let me know, and I will do my best. There's a morning star, very well defined morning star, and let me know. Again, remember, as always, this is TMU signing off. Things do work out even better than expected. Things do work out even better than expected. Say that 100 times a day. Feel it, commit to it. Make your goals, focus your goals, have a purpose, always have a purpose. Those goals, make them as large as possible. Make them larger than life. Make it to where they scare you and excite you all at the same time. Alright, TMU signing out. Take care.